Hi guys, it's Tamara from Etcetera. I know it's been a long time since I've done a video, and I thought I should probably explain for those of you who just follow me on YouTube. I'm not really a YouTuber, obviously. I don't have very many videos, but every once in a while I need to make a video for my blog, which is also called Etcetera. So if you're looking for more projects and want to see what else I've been up to, that's the place to go. YouTube is just a place where I sort of hold all my not all my videos, the few videos that I've done. So today I want to do a video because my friend Jen just had a little baby, and so I made a whole array of gifts for her, and I thought it would be easier to show everybody with a little video instead of all photos, because it's sort of a big package that I've got here. So I'll show you the first thing that I made for her. I got this little onesie for really cheap, but I didn't want to just give her a plain old onesie, so I embellished and I put some ruffles on the back, and then I thought it still looked kind of plain, so I added a little sort of rosette thingy to match on the front. And I'm going to do a tutorial. I may have already posted it at Etcetera, I'm not sure. When I do, you'll find it on my tutorials tab, and you can learn how to do this. It's super simple. It's a great project for beginner sewers too, though, so that's fun. I made a cute little tab, or tag, I guess, to go with the gift. I just did a little bit of embellishing to a tag that I got. The baby's name is Elise. And I should also mention that Jen is Francophone, and her family is Francophone, and they prefer to speak French and not have much English in the home. So I always try really hard to practice my French and just use French items when I have any kind of text in my gifts for her. So anyways, E is for Elise, which I'm sure I'm probably not saying with the right French accent, but I'll work on it. The other thing I made, now I don't know, this is, you'll have to tell me, I think this is maybe a little bit hokey, but Jen also has, I think he's 4 years old now, a son, and so he's going to be very excited that there's a new baby, and he'll probably want to go in the room all the time and check on her. So I thought it might be handy to have a little sign that she can put on the door, and it says, "Shh, le bébé dort." Again, I'm sure I said that wrong, but what it means is the baby is sleeping. And it has a cute little sort of angel sleeping, and then some embellishments. And when the baby's not sleeping, she can hang it this way. And when she is sleeping, she can hang it that way on the doorknob. I knew the baby was going to be a girl, and I knew her name. But Jen has been renovating the room and decorating, and she's using yellow and turquoise. So I'm using yellow in everything, even though I did know it was going to be a girl. So now the next thing I made you, made her. This is the really exciting part. This is my first paper bag album, and I'm going to cut to another shot, and I'm going to show you page by page how I did it, because I did it a little differently than the way you see most paper bag albums. I did a lot of research before I started this, and I decided to sew mine together, and I've never seen one done like that, but that's what I do. I'm a sewer, so I thought I'd give it a shot, and I think it turned out pretty nicely, but we'll see what you think. So let's look inside the book. Okay, here we go. So here's the front cover, and these little metal plate here, and it says Mon Chéri, and up top I have a little tag that sticks out. It says L'amour. So again, I'm trying to be as French as I can, and I've got some little polymer clay knick-knacky things that I've attached to the spine, sort of to draw attention away from the bound edge on the inside. It's all sewn up. So this is the closure. It's just on some lingerie elastic, and this is just a silhouette flower. It's very similar. If you saw the Mother's Day card that I made, I used this type of closure as well. Okay, so let's go inside. And so lots of pockets, and I love the sound. Don't you love the sound of a paper bag album? I think that's the best part, actually. So in here I have a whole bunch of photo corners that I made her with that match all of the papers that are in here. And so I'll leave those in there for her to use. Jen is, she's a scrapbooker and paper person herself, so I know she'll know how to put this all together when she wants to put her photos in here. There's this little copy that I've distressed of For Elise by Beethoven, so I thought that would be sort of a very personal touch for her. And you can see here I've sewn all along the edges of everything, and I'll show you at the end if I can. I also sewed all of the bags together in the middle. So this is just for show. This is just a little confetti confetti made from all the matching papers and that type of thing, and sewn together in some wax paper. And I thought this little design was fun. This was just a silhouette tutorial that they had online one day, and I thought, well, I got to include that. And these are the bottoms of the bag, so you can see these are pockets that she can use to add some photos in there. There's some fabric butterflies, of course. I have to have butterflies in there somewhere. And of course you have to have paper doilies. So there's some paper doilies. And there's the tab up here. And you can see here also I've punched the edge of every bag to give it a nice feminine touch. And I distressed and inked all of my edges with a sort of burnished brown color. I don't tend to go too crazy on inking the edges. I've got to work on that. I think I got to go a little more crazy, but it's there. It's in there. So a couple more pockets and just some more tags. This is sort of like a distressed cardboard chip piece. This is a handmade tag. E for Elise, of course. And this is a nice little metal clip. She can put something behind that. And she can do a little bit of journaling in there, I thought. And so I made a different kind of pocket on this page. It's one that's nice and long. Some of these tags were experimental pieces. And I just thought, well, whatever. I'll just throw them in there. She can use them if she wants. If she doesn't, that's okay. Ooh la la. So even there, I'm still trying to stay French. It's just a very plain page, but I think you have to have some of those pages in your album. Otherwise, you don't have any place to put photos. You don't want to cover a really beautifully embellished page with a bunch of photos. So you got to have some plain pieces too. Another place to do some journaling and add a photo, and there's another pocket there. And so remember I said her name is Elise, and sewed on some rickrack, and here's another little tag. She can do some journaling. And so every time I use some distressed book pages, I should also mention I used a French book. So again, I'm still really trying to be sensitive to what she likes. And you can see a little bit of glimmer mist in there. I used a lot of glimmer mist, actually. I really like glimmer mist. And these sort of lift up, so you can sort of stick some things behind these doilies here. And it's just, again, some more plainer pages and more pockets and that type of thing. And another little tag to match. So you can see I was sort of practicing using punches. And There's another. This one actually opens, so she can journal on the inside of it, and then maybe she can write Elise a little note or something for when she gets older. And I wanted to bring in more of this sort of the sewing vibe, so I added some really pretty buttons down the edge here, and of course one last butterfly. Now this tag says, can you see it? Elle a la monde à ses pieds. Anyways, obviously I need work on my French. It's supposed to, hopefully it says, she has the world at her feet. And this is the last page, and I have one great big stamp of the world on there. So who knows where she'll go and what she'll do with her life. It'll be pretty exciting. So, and then I used some gold, some very beautiful gold paper on the inside, both the front and the back, and then there's the back. Now, I know what you really want to know is, well, how did you put it together? And I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to do a tutorial. Unless I make another one of these, I probably am not going to do a tutorial just to show you how to put them together, because it was easy, but making an album, I mean, this took me, it's a pretty simple album, and it took me a couple of months to do it. And I just, I did a little bit every night kind of thing, but I did put a lot of work into it, and it might be a while before I do another one. So I'll try to see if I can get a close-up here. I don't know if you can see that. Basically, I decorated all my pages before I put it together, which I don't know if that was the smartest thing to do or not. And then as I went along, I would sew them, would sew them together, making sure pages like this that I sort of went right down the center so that I wasn't cutting off anything in the pocket. And I should let you know, there was the very last page I had to sew by hand because it was just too thick. I couldn't get it under the presser foot in the machine. But all in all, I think it came together quite nicely, and I hope that Jen and Elise enjoy looking through this over the years as much as I enjoyed making it. Okay, so that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you were inspired by at least one of the projects and that you try your hand at it and see what you come up with. And don't forget, if you want to see more sewing or paper crafts or Mod Podge, whatever, I kind of have a lot of stuff going on. So come on over to etceteraized.blogspot.com or .ca or whatever it is wherever you live, and join us over there, because that's really where the party is going on. So thanks so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye.